kind of look like you do sports, right? It was at least a little bit of a compliment.
No, that's not a compliment, bro. That's not a compliment.
Both of y'all got big ass faces, is what I'm saying.
Yo, your face look the exact same size as ours, bro. What are you talking about?
Don't look at that. Like my beard got trimmed, man. Both of y'all's goes out. Like y'all smile goes like a Cheshire cat because y'all got big ass faces.
You better relax, John Gruden.
Right.
Don't make me send emails.
That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it.
I signed on my
with it.
Thank you,
whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab. Get it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's where I'm at. Okay, you chasing clout? Oh no way, shit turn.
Yo, what's going on, troublemakers? It's Eddie Liles and the I'm Gonna Get in Trouble podcast. Your boy Eddie Liles. Terrance G is in the building. Our guest today. Oh, Lloyd Lee's at work, of course. I forgot we gotta say Lloyd Lee's at work. After getting bashed all over Facebook today.
Today was a motherfucking day.
Today was a goddamn day, baby.
You know what? I'm just happy to be here. Shaun Grady is our guest.
Shaun Grady's our guest today, ladies and gentlemen.
Grady,
what's
my
up?
man, out in Sacramento, California. My guy, what's happening? Birds chirping. Sun is still out. Beautiful weather. What's going on, my dude?
Yeah, I don't like
it. Man. Oh, good, man. Another day at the office, man. Thanks for having me, guys.
Man, I ain't lying, Eddie. Before you jumped on behind the scenes, I was hating on Shaun for his weather. Just the weather alone.
Hey, I moved out here. I moved out here and never left because of the weather, man.
Yo, like so great. Me and Grady. So just a quick backstory, like I always try to give. Lawrence Owens, we're doing the show at DuPont. Lawrence Owens gives me a call. He's like, "Yo, my boy's in town. Let him get some time." I'm like, "All right." He's like, "Eddie, I'm telling you, let him get some time." So I'm like, "Yeah, man. We at DuPont Circle. You know what I'm saying? DuPont Underground. Come through. Da da da." I can't remember his dog. I didn't say this Bama's name like 8 times. I cannot remember his name for shit until right before he goes on stage, and I'm like, Shaun Grady, like dog, and I didn't know if I said it right at all.
You're like the shittiest Bruce Buffer, like Shaun Grady.
Dog,
look, I told him, I said Grady, like Sanford. He's like, that ain't helping me. He's like,
oh no.
I said, oh, you too young. You too young.
It's not like, you know what? People always try to ask me, am I too young? I'm like, dog, it's not that I'm young. It's more or less like I didn't watch shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't remember shit. I can't remember. I don't quote movies. You know what I mean? Like how people can quote all of Friday. I can't.
I've never understood dudes that can't quote movies. Like it's especially in the comedy realm. Like in the comedy realm, there's comedy movies and comedy specials that if I quote, like you should be able to kind of like, I get it, and roll something off of that.
But that don't mean person necessarily seen it though. I ain't seen everything, but the ones I have seen, I'm gonna roll with you. But if I don't know,
I've seen everything.
What you talking about, G? I'm saying who said
bro,
that?
I've seen every movie, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every black movie. Right. No, I've seen a lot of fucking bad movies, good movies, great movies.
Yeah, don't say every movie. You ain't seen every movie.
I ain't seen every movie. I don't watch horror movies because I'm too big on getting scared for no reason.
I don't get that, man. I fucking love horror movies. Stop bullshitting. Horror movies is one of the greatest genres.
If it scared me, I just start laughing.
Hey, yo, hold on. Hey, Grady.
They crazy.
You just start talking through the joint?
That's why
you start talking through it.
That's why, like, look. Everybody gets mad about the stereotype, but black folks do talk like shit during motherfucking movies, especially horror movies. Especially horror movies.
No. Black people don't talk through movies. This is what I'm gonna tell you.
Yes, they do. Especially okay.
No, we don't.
Maybe
everybody
not talk,
talks through movies.
Provide commentary. Right. Provide commentary.
No. Listen, hold on. Let me explain this. Some people do it when they don't understand what's going on. Some people do it when they scared. But for the most part, it's commentary. It's like, yo, why would you do this? It's an involuntary response.
It's
like when we see stupid shit. When we see stupid shit, we like, yo, why the fuck would you do that? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, exactly.
Yeah, like
that's what I've come to realize is it's just that unstoppable force to be like, why the fuck would you be that dumb?
That's all it is. Right. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just thinking out loud.
Well, it's just like females. When females ask you a question about them, they know that you hate the shit. They don't mean to do the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say just females, right? But mostly females. They do this shit because it's like involuntary. It's like, yo, like, why? Okay, why does this nigga purple? Like, I don't know, bitch.
Why is he purple?
you don't understand how many Marvel movies I've had to explain to people, bro. Like, and I'm like, all right, listen, I can only tell you this part after the show.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not, nigga. I don't get it. Nobody knows why fucking Thanos is purple. Like, besides super nerdy geeks who gonna run down, he was an Eternal.
Yeah, I was just saying,
and then he had a deviant gene and
yeah, nobody knows or cares why his chin is in the same texture as a scrotum. We just know that when he snapped, shit got real. Like, that's all I'm saying.
His chin is the same as the scrolls.
Scrotum.
That's his neck. His neck and chin is one. Neck and
Yo,
chin are one.
It is though.
That motherfucker's chin just shrinks when it's cold. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, so Grady, all right, let's get to you, bro. You out Sacramento. Why did you me and you talked about it, but like, just to let everybody know, like, why did you move out to Sacramento?
Let's
and
scale
live
it
there
back.
for 20
Let's roll it back. Let's roll it back because I don't know Shaun like you do. Shaun, where did you start? Where were you before you moved to California? Let's go there.
Yeah. My story starts in Gary, Indiana, man. I'm from Gary, Indiana.
Okay.
Born and raised till I was about
Michael Jackson's land, right?
Yeah,
that's where he's from.
Yes, sir. Then after that, I lived in Maryland for a year with my dad when I was in high school. From like the time from 14 to 15, I lived in PG County. Then I moved back to Gary. Then I moved to Chicago because I was supposed to graduate in 92, but then I ended up graduating in 93. I moved to Chicago, finished high school. Then I just got a job. I was class clown, all that, you know what I'm saying? And then I moved to Sacramento to, chase my little hoop dreams. So I came out here, went to college, walked on, played 2 years junior college, and then got tricked, got married.
He hit that practice marriage. First, right?
Stop it, bro. I got tricked, got married.
Trick, I got set up, got married, man.
Yo.
And then I eventually, I always knew I wanted to do comedy because I was class clown. People was always like, "You a comedian, you funny," you know what I'm saying? Everybody that my whole life kind of. And then so I knew I wanted to do it, but I was scared, stage fright, all that.
Right.
And then I almost died in a car accident in 2006. And so after that happened to me, I was like, well, I know it ain't gonna kill me, so I started getting on stage. You know what I'm saying? That's how I started going to get on stage. I was so scared, terrified, putting it off. And like I said, I almost died. So then my rationale is, my life flashed before my eyes, basically. And so many things I knew I wanted to do in my life that I didn't do. And it was I almost wasn't able to do it because, like I said, I almost died. So then, like I said, well, it ain't gonna kill me.
Yeah.
And I started getting on stage.
So did you start later in life then, Shaun? Like what age were you when you started?
I say I've been doing comedy about 10, say maybe 12 years. I'm not exactly sure. So 12 years from now, what am I, like 35, 33? Like somewhere up in there. So the first time I went and got on stage, I went to an open mic. People used to always tell me, you need to go do this, you need to go do it. So one day I did. I got drunk as hell. Look, I'm up there, because I had taped it, I'm up there staggering and shit.
A lot of people first time is drunk.
I was about to say everybody.
Fifth time.
A lot of
people 100th time on stage, they was drunk, bro.
Yeah. So I'm up there. I remember staggering and everything, and I got some laughs or whatever. But then I never went back for about 2 years or something, 3 years again, because then they like, well, because then I just started like kind of researching what is a comedian, how you be good at a comedian, you know what I'm saying? And then they're like, oh, you gotta go to open mics. You gotta do it like anything else. You gotta do it, over and over again. So then that's when I started hitting mics. You know what I'm saying? And at one point I was going like 4 nights a week out here. You can go down there 4 or 5 nights a week. In fact, it was one like every day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
So hold up, so Sacramento scene is popping like that, but y'all got a whole rack of mics out there.
Yeah, it's some open mics almost every day. Close. If it's not in Sac, it's like a neighboring city. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That was the thing that when I went to New York, it was different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the open mics out New York started like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's like, boom, you get like, dog, you can literally run. I can get on stage, Now I'm gonna have to pay for them or do some of the shitty joints, but I can at least have a mic in my hand and be on stage like 6 times a day if I wanted to.
See, I ain't never
now you're gonna pay some money for it though.
Yeah, because you gotta travel and get to the place.
Nah, they charge for the open mics in New York.
Oh, they do.
I mean, LA do it too though, but a lot of the mics in New York are free.
Yeah,
because so what it is they can't have. I understand it. Some of them do it for the right reason, some of them do it for the wrong, but it's the same exact thing, right?
Yeah.
Some of them do it because you know what I'm saying, like it's not bringing in an audience. So to get the space, they got to pay for the space. So to pay for the space, they gotta, you know what I'm saying?
At least charge the comics if they ain't getting
at least because so they can pay for the space.
Because sometimes it's just a room full of comics, right? Yeah, the open mic
because it's room full of comics. Exactly.
Yeah. But then you got the rooms that do it like Bus Boys and Poets do, to where it's basically like that. Hey, we're asking for something from you to make sure you pay attention. So we're getting something from you to kind of get an investment into what we got, but it tends to be less of a shitty thing. Like that's
but the Bus Boys don't get them that much credit, bro. Bus Boys and Poets do that shit for this. They do that shit because they like, hey, look, y'all taking up part of our fucking venue where people aren't drinking and people aren't eating. Half you niggas broke as shit. Right. Y'all go sit in this drink.
I agree. For the most part, it's a money grab, but I think there are some venues that are like, hey, look, let's just kind of work something out.
Everybody want water and shit. You come to water.
Yeah, right. Listen, hey yo, listen,
druggies and alcoholics. I just want a water,
Shaun, because you run shows, right? Everybody always, like this terminology of it's a money grab. It's a money grab. I think y'all use that shit incorrectly. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If I gotta pay for if a venue costs me $300 and I'm gonna have a whole or say a venue costs $100, right? I'm gonna have 20 people in there that ain't gonna spend no money on food or drinks. And I charge the 20 people that come in $5. Am I doing a money grab or am I paying for the fucking spot?
Okay.
Breaking even,
Exactly.
Don't use semantics.
Listen, bro. After the day, no. After the day, I don't
fair
like
enough.
putting.
Fair enough. Don't bring today.
I don't like putting shit on people's names, bro. Like Shaun, I mean, you already get the joint, bro. Like big dudes. Every time you're a big dude, they compare you to somebody. Well, actually, everybody compares somebody to somebody.
Or they always want you to lift something. Or they always want you to pick up some shit. Like, let's help me move this, man. Get the fuck out of my face, man. Yeah, I hate that, dog. I hate that. Yeah.
Today has been.
I gotta lift everything, nigga. Nah, nigga, I don't want to do that. I want to.
Today's been today. Nigga. People make comparisons.
Treat me like a small dude, nigga. Don't try to put me in a. Don't try to make me the big dude out of nowhere. I'm a small dude.
I gotta do manual labor because I'm big.
Yo, when Bama's come over,
if y'all drive a truck, drive a truck too.
When Bama's come over and they be like, "Yo, you a big dude. You a big dude. Like you a big motherfucker." I'm like, "Oh no, I ain't that big, bro."
Right. I'm like, hey,
let me.
You know, hey, look. I'll be like, I know. I see me every day. Thanks.
Bro.
My back hurts.
Do you know how you know you should be on the O line or you should be on the D line, nigga? If you're on whole dick somewhere, you should be in a prostitution hotel, nigga. Fuck out of here. Get away from me.
You should be in a hospital.
Yeah, like, bro, I can help you. I can help you. But I had to tell somebody the other day. I said, yo, do you have a problem with sleeping, yo? Because I can help you out with that shit. I'm being honest. I can help you with you want narcolepsy? I can help you, son. I can help you with this knock. Let's
go down that avenue. Let's go down that avenue because that was actually a topic that I was talking about with a buddy of mine. So, long story short, we got into a conversation about that, like at open mics and how things go, especially in today's climate where people feel like they got to say things. People are debatably more sensitive, whatever. I'm not here to talk about that, whatever. But have you guys ever had the experience where somebody said shit ain't sweet? Whether it's open mic or show, shit ain't sweet. Right. So that became the thing. Let's talk about those moments where shit ain't as sweet as it was in the show, and now you're in the parking lot. Do you, like what's y'all's stories about that? Like what's y'all's experiences? I got a couple. Shaun, I imagine you got a couple.
Terrance,
Eddie, I know you got a couple.
Stop. No. Pause. I need you to relax, Shaun. I need you to relax, Terrance. Listen, we big dudes. All right.
Yeah.
So this is
That's
what
why I
happens.
want to know.
No. I'm gonna explain it to you real quick, bro. That shit does
Right.
not happen for us. That
Right.
shit don't happen for us. This is what happens,
Yeah.
right?
Fair
As
point.
big dudes, everybody knows that Deontay Wilder is not the only person that can hit you with one punch and knock you out. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody
Right.
knows that when it comes to big dudes. Like people forget Deontay Wilder's 6'7". It's not like he's some small tiny dude with the heaviest punch of all time. No, he's
Right.
6'7". Tyson
Right.
Fury was just 6'9". You get what
Right.
I'm saying? All right. Every big dude knows if me and Shaun ever wanted to get in a fight, both of us have to go in that fight knowing that somebody's going to sleep. We just
Right.
know we in our heads it's like, all right, if me and him gonna fight, I'm gonna put him to sleep. And sometimes it don't end
Yeah.
up like that.
I understand that. And
So
that's what
now
I'm
the
saying.
point
Like,
that I'm making,
Well,
so no. So the point that I'm making to you is most big dudes in comedy that I know,
don't
we
give a
don't
fuck.
do shit that's gonna get
I
us in
know
fights
that.
outside.
I know this. And
and
that's
then
what
off
I'm saying.
top, but so long, off top though, because if you being a big dude, people are already naturally kind of inferior. That like, damn. So then you can't even walk around like being aggressive, nigga. You got to be cool. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You gotta be chill.
Yeah, that's what I was telling them when I met him. I said, I get it. I already know. You look mean until they start talking to you. Then they're like, he's pretty cool.
And
I was
that's
scared to
why
talk
I
to you at
said,
first.
I gotta
You know what I'm
know. I gotta know because
saying?
like for me, in my example, right? The one that came up in earlier in the conversation, I tried to diffuse it. I tried everything I could to say, no, I'm not trying to go there. Ain't shit sweet in the parking lot. You're right. This is just jokes. But it couldn't have been avoided. So was there ever a scenario where Shaun or Eddie hit some shit and it was just like, hey, it's past the point of no return. Shit ain't
No,
sweet and shit gotta go. Hey, good for you.
no.
Good
No,
for you.
I ain't never got into no fight because we as big guys, we won't even want that on us because people gonna be intimidated by
Right,
that. You can't,
right.
if you heard, oh, this nigga, he beating up people in the parking lot, you gonna kind of be like,
So
I don't even
that
want to
brings
deal
up
with that.
a good thing, man. Like so reputations in comedy and
Yeah,
everything. Is that something I don't have to deal with that? I get people that will sit there and get bucking crazy regardless of whatever the fuck goes on because I'm not big. I'm not small, but I'm not big.
Right.
yeah,
So when it comes to things like that, is it like y'all know, hey, look, I'm already at the disadvantage, so I just got to kind of shut it down? Or is it
yeah.
something that you're like, you know what, like I'm gonna
Well,
keep pushing past because I don't give a fuck. I'm big and they know, so we're gonna go here.
well, for me, I'm a referee. I've been referee basketball for 20 years, man. So, and naturally, for me, now it's like the diffuse shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna diffuse. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna take the high road, unless you just keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm a man, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna be like, oh, come on, man, it ain't even worth it. You know, like I said, I'm gonna diffuse. But if
That
somebody put their hands on me, then that's something different.
that's
Well,
a
yeah,
different story.
you can talk
But
all
that
you want.
and
So I'm gonna say, go ahead, whatever, say what you want to say. Have a good night. You know what I mean?
now I had the situation on. I just had a situation on Tuesday where Bama was outside of the club. He wasn't an audience member. He was a comic, and he
Mm-hmm.
was talking bad about what was going on inside of the show. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
now on that, I might address it because now you're being disrespectful. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right,
But when
right,
it
right.
comes to like audience members and stuff like all these crazy stories y'all be having about audience members throwing shoes at y'all, untying y'all shoes
Right.
and all that, I've never had those situations
So
because
and
Yeah.
I don't
that's
attack crowds.
no,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's the
Because people,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, you
don't
do.
even
I
get
Yes,
don't
you
that
have
do.
to
close to
know
me.
I
You
do.
Yes,
shouldn't
you
even be
do.
getting that
Yes, you
close to
do.
me.
I have occasionally,
Exactly.
but that brings another point, right? So with that, do you feel, Shaun, do you feel like that affects your comedy? Like, do you feel like because you're a bigger dude, because you know other dudes, other whoever it might be, is gonna look at you a certain way and say, ain't shit sweet. They're gonna look at you a certain way, and sure that they might bark, they might not, they might jump, they might not. Does that affect your comedy if you're at a venue? Does it affect based on
Uh,
wherever you're performing?
well,
Does it all of that stuff?
it'll only way it could really affect me is that I'm gonna make it funny. Like, you know
Mm,
what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it funny.
Facts.
One time I had at my show. It was a big dude. He's probably about a little taller than Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Big dude, but he got on flip flops and socks, and he drunk, and he just all over the room, and he lightweight tripping. I'm like, hey man, sit your big ass down, nigga. You know, I'm doing that to him. I said, hey man, I'm a little scared, but at the same time, I'm gonna go for your knees. I'm telling you now, I'm going right for your knees. I don't care how big you is. You know, I'm just doing that in front of the whole crowd.
Right.
And I'm like, and then they laughing because I'm like, everybody watching you. We gonna jump your ass too at the end of the day. So you might as well want to chill out, because you making everybody nervous. Sit your big dumb ass
Right.
down. You know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
No, but it's one thing to be. It's one thing. That's why I tell people, niggas. It's one thing to be funny to the sense of like they know that you joking with them and not joning on them. And then there's another thing to go past that, right? So like we had a yesterday. Larry Lancaster was at Improv, and this chick kept talking, right? Larry gave her a few hits, a few quick jabs, a couple of what's names, like, hey, listen, I can do this for real, and then went back into his set. A lot of you motherfuckers don't know how to get back into your set. So it'd be like motherfuckers start frying people like, oh, you little fucking this, that. And then you stuck. And so the majority of the time, y'all stay there. You know what I'm saying? Because and then that's why you always
and you don't let the tension out of the air the right way.
One joke.
Yeah.
One joke.
Touch and go.
Yeah.
Hit it.
One joke.
Touch and go.
Right.
And for me,
and sometimes that joke not gonna work.
But I always try to make it even a positive joke, even when you trying to be a dickhead to me. I try to make it be a positive joke to let you know that hey, I ain't against you. Let's have fun, nigga.
Well, because you know you're just gonna alienate them further in it, and it's just not gonna go well for you.
Yeah,
right? Like that's just right. Yeah, facts.
Right. And then so at the end of the day, then you have people come to you like, man, you was all right. Yeah, I ain't really.
And that's what I'm here for. Energy changes too, right? Like LO actually put this to me, right? Was like, yo, when you get upset on stage, sometimes your energy changes and the audience receives that shit. So you got to learn how to just be fun, like have fun in the moment, like be happy in the moment. Even if you pissed off, just be happy in the moment. Because if you like, especially as a big dude, when I remember I was doing a joke a couple days ago, and I literally had to say, because I was like, man, fuck out of here. Like I was talking inside of the joke, but everybody took the shit as I was being serious. And I had to be like, oh shit, man. I think I said that too angry right there. Because as a big dude, soon as we go to like just a tad bit serious, it goes to everybody else's point of view is like, they like, yo, like, oh, is this nigga about to fucking hawk out? Like, nigga, come on. It's not even that serious, fam.
Right.
Yeah, so
that's why I just try to keep a positive energy. I don't make fun of people's clothes. I'll make fun of a situation inside of the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you really bought tickets to sit up front to talk shit. That's crazy. And then just go back into the joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like frying motherfuckers. Like, so yesterday at the Improv, in the middle of my set, it was a white lady who yelled out in the middle of my set, which is part of one of my jokes, right? But when she yelled out, this black lady up front was like, huh? And like, dog, that whole energy looked like he was about to shit. Because it was like a black lady, like, tell that white bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, it was like kind of like it was that type of energy. Because she kept talking through, like, she kept yelling out shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, and I just had to make fun of this shit and then went right back into my joke. But it was people that had seen me before who was like, oh, Eddie about to fry. I was like, nah, I'm not about to fry nobody, bro. Like I'm at the Improv. I'm about to fucking. I'm not going. I don't get too many opportunities to be here because I do my own shows.
Right. This ain't the bar.
Yeah.
At the bar. We at the bar doing comedy. That's different.
Right. Exactly. Let me just have fun real quick and I'm gonna get out of there.
Very fucking different in a club where I'm like, I gotta kind of play nice. In the bar show,
you can say shut the fuck up. You can go crazy on them in the bar. Yeah.
Niggas,
all I gotta do is
do
like,
shit, I be like, yo,
taking this shit.
Bro.
I'm walking out.
When niggas be going ham at the bar shows, like, yo, can y'all shut the fuck up? Like, yo, whoa. Pause, B. Pause,
man,
B. Niggas die every day, B. You gotta relax.
I'm glad you said that, man, because at least I know I'm not the only one that turns at least slightly bitch for like at least 5% when that shit happens every time. Just because I'm the dude that's like, I don't know who you're talking to right now.
No, listen, fam. I don't do that. I don't do that whole scream out shit. But like even the dude, like the dude on Tuesday, bro, like the situation was like he just kept jumping off, right? Kept jumping off. Oh man, who the fuck are you? Da, 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 da. And then after a while, like, because I kept going back and forth. At first, I was going with him. Then I like saw myself. I was like, and I stepped out to the side. He kept going, and I was like, all right, you know what? Let me walk down the street, and I'm gonna just meet you at the corner. right? Like with nobody yet. Yo, listen. I stopped talking. I literally, it's no point in me talking at this point. I'm a dude that'll walk off, and then we just gonna have to see what it is after this point.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat.
That's
What you
all
think
it
I'm about
is.
to fight you in front of all these people with witnesses, so that you get, you know what I'm saying? Now it look like I bullied you. No, let's walk down the street, and then if we still want to have this conversation, or we still want to go this route,
We're in a more suited
we can.
position and environment to have this conversation.
Yeah, let's get in a better spot.
So,
let's get in a better place.
Along those same lines, man, Shaun. So you was out on the East Coast and you go out in Sacramento, and that's where you started comedy. Is that where you pretty much? That's what I'm saying. So you out in the East living, but then you go out to the West Coast. That's where you started comedy. You started in Sacramento,
I started comedy in Sacramento. Yeah.
So you haven't. So have you traveled? How much have you traveled? Like where all have you performed at?
I've done. Well, I can't say it. Open mic. I got to perform at Jokes and Notes in Chicago before it closed down.
Yeah.
I got to hit the open mic. Thanks to my auntie, Sandra Robinson. She knew the lady, the owner. That you know what I'm saying. Her and the owner was friends and stuff. I've done a couple shows in Fort Wayne. I brought LO to Fort Wayne. You know, Indiana. That's Indiana. Fort Wayne, Indiana. You know, I'm from Indiana. So my classmate put me on his. He was doing shows. He put me on. He was like, bring. You know what I'm saying. He said, bring who you want to bring. So I hit up LO, and then he came out there and blew the house down. You know what I'm saying. So I done that. You know, DC. I did one show in Baltimore with I got to what's your man? You just said his name.
Who, Larry Lancaster?
I think Larry Lancaster had put me on the show one time. They let me come out and get a guest set a few years back. And Rod Diva, she was there.
Ray Diva,
yeah. Red Diva was there. She was hella funny. And you know, a couple other guys in I guess in their circle, I would say. You know what I mean? Stiletto.
Right.
I know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stiletto's the homie. Yeah. She do her podcast on Tuesdays.
Yeah, so pretty much Sacramento, I've done some Oakland shows. But basically some I've been in Cisco like once. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much I've been across the from east to west, but I ain't been. It's a lot of stuff I missed basically that I still. I ain't never been down south nowhere and did comedy. I ain't never did comedy in LA yet.
Oh, for real? You ain't going? But you said LA. What? LA's like 6 hours from you or some shit, right?
Yeah, 6 hour drive, about 6 hours. Yeah, 5.
California's big as shit.
Yeah.
Yo, listen. That was what I told him. I said, Grady, when I come out there to do your show, bro, I'm flying into LA. Like he was like, "You're not gonna fly into Sacramento?" I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna just fly into LA and drive up." Like I'm not, because I'm not. I don't. Because if I'm going to Cali, I'm going to fucking LA, bro.
Right.
You know, I'm not. I don't live out there. Yeah, I'm not about to fucking. You think I'm gonna fly into Sacramento, rent a car, drive down to LA? I'd rather go to LA, drive up to Sacramento, do the show, come back down to LA, and do some more shows, and then fly out.
Makes sense.
I did the Riot Act back in the day before it closed down. I got a chance to do that.
Hold up, the Riot Act in DC?
Yeah, I got a chance to do that motherfucker closed down. I got to hit the open mic there one time, and I did just couple. Every time I come, I would try to hit a mic. So at least one or two while I'm there, man. Just to touch the stage.
But Grady, you do your own shows out Sacramento too, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I got a room that I'm the host of open mic. And then, every now and then I put a show on. So, like, when LO comes, that's going to be a show. You know what I mean? When he comes November 17th. JB's Lounge Grill. Yeah, JB's Lounge Grill. Wilding Out Wednesday. Also known as We Out Here Wednesday.
We Out Here. You dumb. That means y'all niggas is running that shit during the fucking pandemic, nigga. I know what that means. We out here. We out here.
We weren't trying to oust that. We weren't trying to oust that publicly, man.
All you Kyrie Irving niggas.
Now they shut down. They shut shit down out here, boy. It wasn't like Atlanta. Atlanta ran through it.
I was say California wasn't fucking around. California, I mean, except for the governor, but California wasn't fucking around. So that brings up a good point, though, Shaun. Like, so you've traveled quite a bit, and it's always one of my things. Like, I've traveled some. I know Eddie's traveled some. And it's just something that I'm always interested in, man. Like, what do you feel? Do you feel like there's a difference in crowds? Like when you go from being in California and then say you go to Chicago, Do you feel like you've got more leeway? Do you feel like the audience changes? Do you feel
Well,
like
yeah,
your
yeah.
style and delivery changes? What
Well,
happens when you
I
move
think
around?
well now that I'm I say more seasoned, I definitely you gotta bring the energy, and then they're gonna give it back to you. I know that.
Right.
It's like say
Mm,
so like in Chicago, yeah, you can't come out there pushing for. You gotta come out there and get in their face. Chicago, that's another animal. G, they aggressive. They think they funny too, even though they ain't getting on stage. The motherfuckers think they funny than you sitting down. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Right.
That's
Right.
they kind of
Right.
looking
Right.
at you to say, shit, I need to be up there, nigga. They'll do you like, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Nah, that's
yeah,
a fact though.
yeah, you do. You got it is some differences that you got to understand. You can't show no what do I say? Not necessarily fear, but you can't show no uncertainty because that'll get you. Gotta even if they don't like the joke, so what? Just move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you're gonna have that. Oh, you ain't like that. Well, what about this one? You know what I'm saying? That's all. So people, but like us, you know that as being a comic now yourself, you like, okay, maybe that joke didn't work for him, but look, he kept going. All right, he kept shooting his bullets. You know what I'm saying? He still had ammo. Not that damn that didn't work. Now I don't know where to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you show, I feel like you can't show none of that. You can't because then there you'll lose the crowd. You know what I'm saying? You got to come right out and connect, and then you got to keep them. So like even when I came to your show in the tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
shit, it was a lot of white people.
It
You know what I'm
was.
saying? I had to look through the
A lot of white
crowd like,
people.
oh, there go a couple black people. Some black people sprinkled through here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I know that all the basically, quote unquote, our urban stuff ain't gonna necessarily. It might go over their head. They just be looking like whereas everywhere else that hit. You know what I'm saying? In the urban
Yeah,
area,
it's
they
just it's the language though. Like
yeah,
it's the language. It's the language. Like, and I was explaining this to somebody earlier, like fucking because some people really fucking think like I go after a certain type of people to my shows when I just actually promote my shows. Like I don't know who's showing up to my shows. Does that make sense? Like when we
Mhm.
do DuPont, like we know because of the area more than likely it's going to be a certain type of people. But
right.
when we do Hideout, we know it's going to be a certain type of people. I still put the same people at some of the people at DuPont as I do at State Fair. You know what I'm saying? Like I try
Mm-hmm.
to blend it. Like I try to make sure the show. How do I put it? I try to make
Diverse,
sure.
diversity.
Yeah, not even just diverse. I try to make sure that like I put people in position to win. Like, because at the end of the day, people trust me for the show to be put together correctly. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's like certain people, I'm like, okay, I know that you're stronger here than you are there. I know you're going to be, because of the type of people that normally show up to this show, you're going to be stronger here versus there. But in
Mm-hmm.
reality, it's literally just verbiage. You can do the
Yeah.
same exact joke. Like the joke that you did at the end, that's a very urban joke. Motherfuckers was laughing their ass off. Why? Because if they understand what you're saying, it's just
Correct.
the verb. You
Yeah.
can't use a lot of slang in places
Correct.
that people don't know you're slang. That even if you go to a different state, you can't do shit like
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Correct.
So,
You got.
but
You
I
just
mean,
gotta.
like you just gotta run. And I've noticed that all of my shows, all the shows that I've been doing lately, or the variety of shows I've been doing lately, um, excuse me, I haven't really been changing up the joke that much. I just got the words correct on them now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I try to take
Mm-hmm.
all the slang on them now. But
Mm-hmm.
like you know how it is when you feeling yourself, throw that out the window. When you start feeling yourself, you
Yeah.
revert
Yeah.
back to that. You revert back to whatever way you
You
normally
go to
talk.
what
You
you
know what I'm
know.
saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Right.
mean, so all right. So what are your plans with comedy, yo? What are you
For me,
planning on doing with comedy?
well, I would like. I definitely would like to travel and do comedy clubs, across the nation or whatever. I do. I want to do like a special, 45 1 hour, whatever, DVD. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that, and then definitely I want to do some acting. You know what I'm saying? And I have done it all. I have done some, but I need just a little more, a little bigger roles, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
So, cause yeah, I mean, I just always felt like I could pretend when you was a kid, right? It wasn't acting, you was pretending. So that's the way I still say I'm pretending, right? I'm pretending to be
Right.
whatever the script said. Okay, I got to pretend to be that. That's
Right.
basically
Right.
how simple in a simple form for me. That's how I think. I'm just pretending.
So with that, one of the things we often talk about here on the podcast, and we always wonder, is like, are you doing comedy because you love comedy, which is a thing that's admirable, or are you doing comedy to then take it off somewhere else, which is admirable in its own right? You know what I'm saying? Because some people do
Well,
comedy because they love comedy, a la Dave Chappelle. Like Dave Chappelle, while he's dabbled in acting, he stayed an actor. Excuse me, he stayed a comedian.
For
Whereas
the
you
most
can't
part.
necessarily, right? You can't necessarily say the same thing for, like, throw in anybody else, right, that has done a stand-up special. Eddie Murphy is one
mm,
stand-up special in the 80s, hasn't done anything but acting since. Is
What
comedy
comedy?
that launching
Comedian.
platform for you to say, I want acting in the bigger roles or whatever? Or is it kind of that thing that's like in tandem, I'll never really let it go?
I think I never really let it go because I do. I think that's my purpose in life to make people laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I think uh, you know. So and then so this how I also came to the like acting thing. Like I like pretending, but I looked it up in the dictionary. I said, what is a comedian? You know, I heard this word my whole life. I said, well, what is it? So I looked it up in the dictionary, and what do it say? Actor.
Yeah.
That's what it say. You're an actor, basically. That's what
Yeah.
that's the definition of it.
I
Just
mean,
that.
it's real. Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, so I'm supposed to be an actor then, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So it's so like
Right.
you said, it go hand in hand. I didn't look at it like that. That I don't. I love doing stand up. I love doing acting. I like being in the moment. For me, you gotta have material, but at the same time, I just like to be in the moment. That's my thing. I like to just be fresh. Yeah, I got my material just in case my brain ain't working right that day. But sometimes I
That's
just like to be in the
hilarious.
moment. You know what I'm
Just in case my brain ain't working that day. That is
saying?
hilarious, my dude.
You know
I
what I'm
just want,
saying?
just in case
It be
I
like
got
that
fucking,
sometimes.
But
do some
these
other
are all
shit.
the these are all the thoughts I had before I started. I was like, because I was going around doing my research basically, and people were like, yeah, you got to
Right.
have a set. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
Right.
you see people get up there and just riff. They
Yeah.
didn't come here to say, but I just talk about all kind of stuff. So like for like me hosting my room, yeah, I got material, but I can't. I done hosted that room for like over 5 years plus. So I gotta come with it. So now I just go in there like, hey, I'm actually writing while I'm on stage. Like last night, I was like, I went to junior college for 3 years. I said I had the red shirt 1 year, and that's because I was academically ineligible. And I'm like, you can say that. You got a bright future ahead. You can just say that together. Academically ineligible. That's a tongue twister.
Stupid.
That's a tongue twister, right?
No, you hit that joint on the head. Like even the joint when you was down there, like and what you saw, I didn't really do a set. Like
Yeah,
I was just rolling through. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like
yeah.
when you host it, like, and I'm even doing this shit in New York now. One, because it's too many motherfuckers in New York, and these niggas still like
Still.
nobody's business, and I'm
So just
good on that. I'm so good on that. But that's not to talk
hosting
about
help you get
everybody in New York. It's
right.
just the open mics. It's just a lot of
But
the open mics.
hosting help you get your crowd work too.
Exactly.
It help you
Yes.
get your crowd work where you just go in
And
there and
starting to
talk to
read
Pe-
the
people.
audience, whatever. Yeah.
there's so many comics out there that I feel like don't understand the utility of comedy in hosting. There's something to be said about making the show not about you and
Mm-hmm.
forcing you to be in the moment, forcing you to respond to the crowd, and forcing you to ultimately control the crowd that you
Right,
don't really get as a regular quote unquote comic, right? When you're
right,
going out
right.
there just to deliver your 5 or 10 or 15-minute set, you don't get that same level of leeway that you tend to get as a host. But it's often
Mm-hmm.
overlooked, and it's one of those things that, like, why do we overlook hosting as comics? I mean, ego
Because of how we
obviously
set
plays
it
a
up.
role, but yeah.
It's only because of how we set it up. The comedy club set it up, right? The comedy
Mm-hmm.
clubs here set it up. Whereas
Right.
the hosts, not all the hosts are the strongest or stronger comics. A lot of the hosts are the comics that just starting out. And so
Right.
it's a natural progression to want to move into the mid slot and
The
then move
feature.
into the, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because it's like you got a host mid feature
I
headliner,
agree,
right?
but you
Yeah.
So
cannot, but
that's
you
what you're looking for.
cannot replace a good host. A good host
That's we
will
everybody
elevate a show
understands
to
that,
a next level.
but everybody understands that.
I don't think enough people understand that.
No,
Is what
no,
I'm
not
saying.
enough people take the necessary things to become a great host
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
they want to move more into the comic. I do the same shit, bro. Like, let's just be honest. Like, but the main reason why I don't like hosting shows that I'm running that or my shows is because I got so much shit going on. So if I know that I'm the feature and not the host, I can take care of a lot of shit. Make sure by the time everything's settled down, the show has been rocking. Then I can go up. I don't got to really worry about none of the other shit. But when you hosting, it's like everything's happening at one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So while
You work.
when you come on stage, you're still moving around
Yeah. You
trying to
work.
get everything done.
Yeah.
You know what
You
I'm saying?
next. You after him. Or yeah. What song you want
Yeah,
to do? You know what I'm saying? Anything
right,
you need, you gotta do all that.
Right.
Yeah. You the
But when
host.
you
You
don't
know what I'm
host, when you don't
saying?
host, you don't have to do any of that stuff. So you can take care of everything else around. And it's like, all right, for this 8, 10, 15 minutes, don't bother me because I'm on stage. So you can't it's gotta wait until after that. When I
Right.
come off stage, all right, cool. We can finish out everything. You get what I'm saying? So that's one of the bitches of hosting. That's why that's why a lot of people want to get out of hosting. But this goes to the point of, like I tell everybody, I started my room before I started doing rooms before I was ready to start doing rooms. And this is
Mm-hmm.
why, and this is one of those things that, like, when you start in a room, you got to be able to host, set up the room, set up the lineup, make sure,
Huge.
unless you got a whole team with you. And if you got a whole team with you, then the less work you're doing, also the less money you're doing, which means the less interest you're going to put into it. You get what I'm saying? Like that, and a lot of people don't get that shit. It's like, if I make it, if I do a room and I'm gonna make 50, $60 every time I do that room, I'm gonna be a little bit more interested than if I'm only making 15, 20 because I'm doing the room with 4 people.
Right.
Because 4 people are doing that part. Do you get what I'm saying?
So yeah, hosting for me, it made me who I am. Basically, I want to say who I am right now
Right.
because the people came to me and said, "Hey, we want to start comedy here. We want you to host it." Because I had hosted it before a little bit, and then they came and said, "Hey, we want you to do it again." And then, so like I said, it's been 5, 6 years that went by, and that helped me grow as a comic. Well, I can't feature, I can't headline. You know what I'm saying? But it all started for hosting. But nobody. And it's not a, you know what I'm saying, nobody's necessarily, a couple people I've been headlining here lately this year, so I'm growing. Basically, like I said, I'm growing, but
Right.
I'm not the headline that they just that's sought after yet like that.
Right.
However, a lot of people do say you're a really good host. I've been kind of, you know what I'm saying, getting a lot of that, but that's what I do. I've been hosting all these years now, and I've definitely seen that it's helped me. It helped me grow like a mug. It helped me.
Is
It
it
helped me.
is a comic in New York? It's a comic in New York. He's about to be at the Improv with Cypher Sounds. I'm trying to remember his name right now. It's Will. Um Either way, he's up in New York. Yo, when I say this motherfucker is one of the best comedians I've ever seen in my life, like, I'm not exaggerating this shit. I'm
Right.
like not even remote. The first time I saw him, he was the host at the Improv. The first time I ever saw his name was
Mm,
he was the host at the Improv, right?
Mhm.
right.
And and he literally can tell, like, people, New York is a lot of traveling people, right?
Yeah.
So he basically will literally go to the crowd and be like, "Where you from?" And no matter what country, city, or fucking state, this motherfucker knows something about it,
Yeah.
right?
And
Or
that's
he's
that's
been somewhere in that drink. And, like, so he's like a host of the Will Sylvans. Will
Will
mm-hmm.
Sylvans.
Sylvans. Yeah.
If you've
Okay.
never heard of him, make sure you look him up. Like, he's
Okay.
a known comic, so it's not like
He's
a
very
lot of people
well
don't.
known.
Yeah, dog. Will Sylvans is one of the funniest motherfuckers to ever touch a stage, bro. I'm not even
Mm.
remotely
Right.
He
joking, man.
he runs with Kyle Grooms when he's down in
Yeah,
Florida. Yeah,
no,
he
he runs with everybody. And then when you
yeah.
meet, like, dog, like, we chilling at Olive Tree in New York. Dog, he's like quiet, like, smiles at everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make a joke, he'll pull down his headphones, listen to your joke, like ha 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 ha, make fun with it, and then go back to his like cool dude, bro. Just straight up cool ass motherfucker, right? But when I bring this up because I saw his greatness from him hosting.
That's
You
dope.
get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw his funny, like he was going in and out of jokes, going to the crowd, joking, making a joke. Like you could see the setup, you could see the punch, then you can see like, bruh, like yeah, hosting isn't overrated. Like I just like I said, I think because like especially when it comes to the money, right? Who gets paid more, right? But then you have to add it up, right? Technically, the host gets paid more because they do more sets.
You
They
do
just
more
don't get
time, yeah.
paid more at the beginning. You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So it's like if you only hosting one show, you only getting paid 50, 30, $25. But
Yeah,
if you
maybe.
hosting that shit every week, you know what I'm saying? Eventually you're gonna bypass the headline because the headline only gonna be there once or twice.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can host every fucking week if I want to.
Right.
Because it never requires the same material. That's the beauty of it.
Exact mundo.
Yep.
So all right, Shaun, who's what would you say you think the funniest person like you've ever seen? You don't have to say who they are, but what like you probably gotta say who they are. Who's the funniest person you ever seen?
Like in person, like actually was there.
Yeah, live.
Funniest? That's hard. I'm gonna say this. I met Bernie Mac before on the set of Life, so he funny as hell. I met him
you
on
was
the
in
set of
Life?
Life. Yeah, I was an extra. Oh, rest in peace, Bernie Mac, man.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah. He was funny as hell. Just himself.
Are you in like wait?
I'm just
Before
an
we go
extra.
any further, before we go further, can we see you in the movie at any point?
Nah.
Oh, damn it! All right, I
It's
get
a
what
He
that's
spot,
said
but
he
like.
was an extra.
No, I
see
get that.
I can tell you where I'm at, but you ain't gonna be like, yeah, that is Shaun. No, you
No,
can't
I
tell
get
like.
that. That's why I was asking because I've been an extra in a few things. I've been uncredited in a few things, and so I also know people that have been uncredited in things. But you're like, that's that motherfucker, and I've never been fortunate enough to be like,
Never
that's
been.
him.
So
I didn't know if he was like him. Okay.
I was recently in Meet the Blacks too. A little cameo.
Yeah.
I'm in a cameo in there. You know what I'm saying? I don't say nothing, but I'm in the scene with Cat Williams and Candyman, Tony Todd.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in. If you watch
I
Meet the
never
Blacks
watched
too,
it.
I'm just saying if you watch it, you'll see me. Cause you'll be like, hey, go right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Shout out Deion Taylor. You know what I'm saying? He put me in, gave me a little cameo, man. It was definitely appreciated. I'm grateful. But funniest, I seen JB Smooth. He was hella funny. He had my stomach hurt before, man. JB
Oh,
Smooth
JB
funny as
Smooth funny.
hell, man. JB
Yeah.
Smooth funny as hell. Who else was funny as hell? I seen Cat Williams. He was funny as hell. Back this, he was funny as hell. Who else I like? Tony Roberts, funny as hell.
Okay.
Tony Roberts funny as hell.
Yeah. And Tony Woods was with us. He's funny. See, I always laugh at that. My dick is bleeding. He was on the.
Dog, that shit was funny. That shit was so
I
funny,
got
bro.
it. Yeah. He said they played a dirty trick on me. That's just funny as hell, man.
Bro, yeah,
So,
Tony stopped in at DuPont, so then we went over to JoJo's afterwards.
yep.
Yeah.
Lawrence, Lawrence Owens funny as hell. When I seen him, I was like, this nigga funny as hell. And that's how I started just fooling with him. Man. He was down to earth, and then I'm like, oh, you from PG County? I know about that. I've been there, man. So then that's how we.
Elo just got that authenticity, man. Like that you always admire about a comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elo's funny, man. I was talking to somebody today that was just like, Elo's a genius. Elo's a borderline genius. I mean, like I said, for me, I won't say Will's the funniest person I've ever seen in real life. He's one of, right? Like the funniest person I've ever seen is probably Eddie Griffin. On stage,
I seen him before too.
It's different.
I seen that whole comedy get down. That when they was doing that, I got to go to that. That was a hell of a show. George Lopez, hella funny. So I mean, see, I'm a fan of comedy, man. I always been a fan, even though I jumped in. So it's so many funny cats out there, man. So it's hard to say the funniest, but like I said, JB Smooth made my stomach hurt before. Mike Else made my stomach hurt before. back in the day, I went to see him. He came to Sac like the first time. This probably like during 20 years ago, and he came to the punchline. And I was in like the second row, and then he was,
you was up there.
so yeah, and I was like, as soon as I heard he was coming, I bought the tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I go, and then he so I had heard he was from Indiana. I didn't know because I'm living in Sac. I'm from Indiana. So while he on stage, I'm like, "Where you from?" And he was like, "Nigga, where I'm from. If I had to tell you, you know what I'm saying, I'd never know when you got to go back. So I ain't telling you." And then everybody was laughing and shit. So everybody was laughing and shit. They was like, "Ha ha ha ha." I said, and then as let's laugh at that, I was like, "Ha." I was like, "Nigga, where you from?" Like that, hella loud. And everybody,
That's hilarious.
but he never told me. Then later on, I got to meet him.
That's what's
Yo,
up.
this nigga up here heckling comics and then
I know, right? And then became
So
half the time that's how the fuck it goes, though, man.
Yeah, dude, somebody had to tell me that. He said, "Hey, that's one of the rules, man. You can't be heckled." And I'm like, "Oh, my bad. I don't know. You know, I'm new to the stuff."
I thought I was helping the situation.
Right.
Yeah, I always been the class clown, just holler out shit anyway. So
right.
I thought I was doing you.
That's that weird, right? That's that weird divorcing yourself of like class clown to like, oh, here's how I'm gonna punch up what you said, teacher, because what you said was right here. I'm gonna put it here, and then it's like, oh shit, you can't do that with comics.
Right. And then, so I got also, I know I'm gonna shout out some cats from out here. I know Mario Hodge. Y'all heard? I don't know if y'all heard of him. He from Oakland. He funny as hell. He been traveling with Faison. Love another cat.
Oh yeah, no, I met Mario.
Yeah, Mario.
We talked about that. Mario take that damn shirt off.
Yeah, that's right.
Get all those cougars on his balls.
So the first show I ever did, I had him headline my shit, and man, he killed it. He killed it. And that was about 4 years ago. That was about 4 years ago now. Jay Rich, that's his boy. He hella funny. My boy out here, Rico the Great. They call him Rico the Great. He funny as hell. Andre Bailey.
Nah, man, send us the joints. We got set up. I already got to link up with Mario. I gotta get Mario on the podcast too.
Yeah,
like Mario. Yeah, because Mario a wild dude, bro.
Yeah, he funny.
Mario's a wild dude, bro. That motherfucker shut Baltimore Comedy Factory down, fam.
Yeah.
That man took his shirt off, tied that joint up. I ain't gonna give away his joke, but that shit is funny.
Yeah, he funny as hell, man. So,
hey, we gotta run because I gotta get to this show. Fucker.
Okay.
What you got coming? What you got coming up though? What you got coming up?
Tell the people what you got.
Well, basically, the next thing I got coming up is I got LO coming to do my room, so that's gonna be big. I'm hosting. He headlining. Rico featuring.
That's next month, right?
Yeah, November 17th. I got my weekly show every Wednesday. JB's Lounge Grill open mic. Like I said, Wildin' Out Wednesday. AKA We Out Here Wednesday, and right now that's about it. You know, so I got a couple things in the works. Coming up that I gotta wait till I get the green light on it. But other than that, man, just taking it one day at a time, man, and staying ready. So because you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Damn right, brother.
Yo, and this crazy. I literally just got the text. So we got Mario Hodge on October 21st. We got him next
week.
Got it. Just got the text. I told you.
Yep.
That's the beauty of it.
Yo.
Tell everybody where they can find you, Shaun, before we get the fuck up out of here.
Oh,
where
man,
can everybody follow you, bro?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Shaun Grady. Shaun E. Grady on Instagram. That's pretty much it. What I do for now. Yeah. Spam me. Damn it.
Yo, as the sun keeps going down, you keep fading further and further.
You see me? I'm trying to
he
get
said
out.
It, not me. I didn't say it. No.
With it. That's why I'm mad with it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab. Get it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it.